Oníbàtà. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi ní gbòǹgbò. 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 Thunder! Oníbàtà yọ kárẹ̀. Ṣé bí Naija nìyẹn o? Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń gbẹ̀sẹ̀ bí òyìnbó. Ó ṣàmọ̀rú ẹ̀. Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń gbàjọ lẹ́kún bí òyìnbó. Ọwọ́ gbàlẹ́ṣà, ẹsẹ̀ gbà kọ́ta, orí wa ń fi dùgbẹ́dùgbẹ́ bí àgámà. Gbòǹgbò, 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 gbòǹgbò. Thunder! Ìbàdí nìjọ wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìbàdí nìjọ wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Àfẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Gbòǹgbò, 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 gbòǹgbòrògbò, gbòǹgbò. Pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́. Thunder. Wá ṣeré ọmọ. Àwọn dà.
Are you ready to do something freaky? To get busy, better watch your waist, cause we're going right down to the floor now. Meet me right down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Get into the groove, baby. Let me see you move, honey. Let me see you dance. See you move. See you move. Ìjọyà lágbájá.
I get on down.
Under.
Get on down.
Under.
I get on down.
Onda.
Get on down.
Onda.
Ọmọge campus.
Onda.
Jẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lókè.
Onda.
Lọ́ka ẹ̀ sókè.
Onda.
Ọwọ́ kan péré. Bóyá
Onda.
ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀.
Onda.
Ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀.
Onda.
Ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀.
Onda.
Ọmọge campus.
Onda.
I get on down.
Onda.
Get on down.
Onda.
Get on down.
Onda.
Ìjó ti yá. Góńgó bí lórí. Ìjó ti yá. Góńgó bí góńgó. Pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi ní gbòǹgbò. Get on down. Get on down. Ìjó ti yá. Gbòǹgbò below. Ìjó ti yá. Gbòǹgbò below. 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 Get on down. Thunder. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Ẹ pàdé mi ní gbòǹgbò. Oníbàtà ìyọkàrẹ̀. Ṣé bí Naija nìyẹn o? Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń gbẹ̀sẹ̀ bí òyìnbó. Ó ṣàmọ̀rú ẹ̀. Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń gbàjọ lẹ́kún bí òyìnbó. Ọwọ́ gbàlẹ́ṣà, ẹsẹ̀ gbà kọ́ta, orí wa ń bì dùgbẹ́dùgbẹ́ bí àdámà. Góńgó, 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 thunder. Ìbàdí ìjó wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìbàdí ìjó wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Àṣẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Góńgó, góńgó, pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Thunder. Wá ṣeré ọmọ. Àwọn dà.
Are you ready to do something freaky? To get busy, better watch your waist, cause we're going right down to the floor now. Meet me right down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Get into the groove, baby. Let me see you move, honey. Let me see you dance. See you move. See you move. Enjoy your life, my
I get on down,
under,
get on down,
under,
I get on down,
under,
get on down.
under,
Como que campo, ya no es lo que, toca es lo que, ahora compere, es como le, como que campos, I get on down, get on down, get on down, y yo decía, Congo Bilo, y yo decía, Congo Bilo, get on down, get on down. Yo tía, Congo below. Yo tía, Congo below. Below. Oye bata, ha, e bata mi sale. Le. E bata mi sale.
Hello, good evening, guys. I think okay. I just wanted to confirm if you guys can see my screen. Let me try that now. Okay, so good evening, guys. I'll be starting very soon. Please let me know in the chat if you guys can see me, and if my audio is audible enough for us to start. Please let me know in the chat box. Please let me know in the chat box if you guys can see me and if the audio is clear enough. Okay. Thank you. Okay, everything looks great. All right, awesome. So I'll be starting very soon. We'll be having more of a conversation. All right. So I might really not be sharing screen, showing you all of that and all that, but I just want to share some of my experiences. I want to share some of my thoughts, some of the things I think that you guys can actually maximize in the gig economy or in the freelancing space. All right. You're welcome. So I'll be starting the class by 8:50 actually in the next 5 minutes.
Only bata your car. Ṣebí Naija nìyẹn o. Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń bẹ̀sẹ̀ bí òyìnbó. Ó ṣàmọ̀rú ẹ̀. Sisi, ó ṣe wá ń gbàjọ lẹ́kún bí òyìnbó. Ọwọ́ gbàlẹ́ṣà, ẹsẹ̀ gbàkọ́ta, orí wa ń fi dùgbẹ́dùgbẹ́ bí àdámà. Góńgó, 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 thunder. Ìbàdí nìjọ wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìbàdí nìjọ wà, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Àṣẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Ìsàlẹ̀ ẹlẹ́ẹ̀lẹ́ gángan, ẹgbẹ́jọ́. Góńgó, góńgó, pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀, pàdé mi nísàlẹ̀. Wá ṣeré ọmọ. Àwọn dà.
Are you ready to do something freaky? To get busy, better watch your waist now, cause we're going right down to the floor now. Meet me right down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Get it to the groove, baby. Let me see you move, honey. Let me see you dance. See you move. See you move. Ìjọyà lágbájá.
I get on down,
Under,
get on down,
under,
I get on down,
under,
get on down.
under.
Ọmọge kámbọ̀, jẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ lókè, lọ́ka ẹ̀ sókè, ọwọ́ kan péré, bóyá ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀, ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀, ẹ kò mọ́lẹ̀, ọmọge kámbọ̀. I get on down, get on down, get on down. Ìjó tí ìyá kóńgó bí lò, ìjó tí ìyá kóńgó bí kóńgó.
Okay, so I'll be starting right now. So good evening, guys. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to our monthly community session. Good evening, guys. If you guys can hear me, let me get your responses through the chat. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Becky. Good evening, Tosin. Good evening, Adeyemi. Good evening, guys. Blessing, Taiwo, Damilare, Chidima. Good evening, everybody. All right, awesome. Good to have you guys around. So I'll be spending around 40 to 50 minutes thereabouts. All right. So I want you guys to maximize the time that would actually spend together. Okay, like I said, I won't be doing more of showing my screen, sharing my screen, and all of that. But I just want us to have, I just want to share my experiences, share my thoughts concerning the future of freelancing, the future of the gig economy, how you can actually benefit from the gig economy, and all of that. So, first of all, I would love to know where you're actually streaming from. All right. So put it there in the chat box. In the chat box, wherever you are streaming from. If you're streaming from Lagos, from wherever part of the world they're actually streaming from, let me know, please. I'm currently in Lagos. Let me know where you're actually joining us from. All right. Let me know where you're joining us from. Yep. Oh, Lagos, Ibadan. Oh, Sarah from Ibadan, from Port Harcourt. All right. Also, hi, Ransom. Okay, favor. According Ah, you're in Dallas. Well, that's cool. That's cool. From your mouth to God's ears. From Ilefe, yeah. Hello, Tosi. So Tosi is going to be interacting with us on the chat. All right. Tosi is my virtual assistant, and is going to be interacting with us through the chat. Oh, awesome, awesome. Good to have you guys around. Oh, from Benin Republic. That's cool. That's cool. Good to have you guys around. Good to have you guys around. I think I have a lot of my students around. That's incredible. So I'll be running us through freelancing, the gig economy. How do I start? What are the things that I actually need to know? What are the opportunities that are currently in the freelancing space? All right. What are the platforms that I can tap into? And all of that stuff. So I'll be running us through all of that in some couple of moments. But I'll be tilting towards more of code pitching. How do I identify um, my niche? How do I identify high paying clients? Things like that. So the first thing I want you guys to know about freelancing is that freelancing is an industry. All right. It's an industry in itself. The same way we have cryptocurrency being an industry in itself with its own coin market cap. The same way we have the healthcare being an industry in itself. The same way we have the fashion industry, and all of that stuff. So freelancing is actually an industry. So as at the last time I checked, I think in 2018, the market cap of freelancing industry, or the gig industry as it is called, was around $4.5 trillion. All right, it was around $4.5 trillion actually. So we have $4.5 trillion being circulated around the freelancing market. So and that was in 2018, not 2020, not 2021. You get so when I checked that statistic that year, I was actually very impressed. I was curious because for an industry to have that kind of market cap, then that says a lot. Even though I was already freelancing there, but I didn't really understand the extent of the impact of freelancing to a common man. All right. So, and ever since I read that statistic, I read some stuff, I just got intrigued. I just got pumped up about the gig economy. So, the gig economy is a very interesting space. All right. And I feel that it's a space that almost everyone can actually benefit from. Okay. It's a space that almost everybody can actually benefit from. So it does not sideline people, whether you are skilled, whether you are unskilled. Even though a lot of times people tend to push the skilled narrative, that is, you have to learn a professional skill, you have to be a graphic designer, you have to be an editor, you have to be a UI UX designer, you have to be a web developer, you have to be a writer, and all of that. So um come on, guys. Please let me know if you guys can hear me. Am I communicating? Are you guys following? Please let me know. Let me get a response from you guys on the chat. Am I communicating, guys? Let me get a response from the chat. This is unlike Zoom that I'll get to hear you guys' voice, but I can't hear you guys' voice. So you guys just have to communicate with the chat. So let me know, please. Let me know before I move on. Oh, awesome, awesome. Oh, awesome. So glad to know that you guys are following actually. So I want you guys to be responsive. All right. It's unlike Zoom. I can't hear you guys, but I can see your chats. So I want you guys to be as responsive as possible. So the as I was saying that, so the freelancing market actually serves both the skilled and also the unskilled market. So the skilled market are the industry or semi-industry that involves you having a digital skill. All right. So it deals more with digital media, and all of that stuff. But the unskilled, there's also the part of the unskilled market, where freelancing also serve people like that. For example, you can be an Uber driver, and then actually in the real sense, you're actually a freelancer. So we have logistic companies, we have transport companies, we have food delivery services, and all of that stuff. So freelancing also serve that part, that market. As a matter of fact, that particular industry is also a sub niche under the gig economy. Do you get what I'm saying? So we have Uber, we have Taxify, we have some startup, like Eden for Life, and several of them like that. Then we also have a Nigerian startup that is well known, which is Talent QL, owned by Adewale Yusuf and co-founded by Awoyemi Okoyawo actually. Do you get? So these are actually talent, these are opportunity, these are semi-industries that are actually participants of the gig economy. So it's very important for you guys to know that there are a lot of opportunities out there, all right, particularly in the gig space. So it's not just limited to, oh, I have to have a digital skill, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that and all that. No. But as a matter of fact, so I want you guys to see it from the aspect of the the opportunities actually. Gig. So I want you guys to see it from the aspect of, oh, what exactly does this gig economy serve? What exactly are the prospects? All right. What exactly are the benefits? What exactly is the standing actually? So these are the things that you would see that would that would actually want you um that would actually enable you, all right, and get you gingered to actually come into the gig space. All right. So these are the things I actually want you guys to know. So, but then I'll be talking more of the skilled part, which involves some digital skills, writing, graphics, digital marketing, software development, and all of that stuff. So, for the gig economy, all right, we have different platforms, we have different systems, we have different strategies that actually work. All right. I'm sure that you guys must have heard about Upwork, Fiverr, and all of that stuff. So these are platforms, these are systemized platforms where you can easily come on the platform, pitch yourself, create a portfolio, create a profile, and then you start applying for jobs. So someone is asking, what is gig economy? So just listen, all right? Just listen and follow through. You get to understand. It will make more sense towards the ending of the class. So you have to have a gig, you have to have a digital skill. So for you to actually be a participant in the gig economy, you have to have a skill. So your skill could be anything of your interest. All right. I don't tell people the kind of skill they should learn, and all of that stuff. So your skill could be whatever thing that you feel that it's cool for you to learn actually. But one thing I want you guys to know is that regardless of your skill, all right, there's also the part of selling your skill. So I tell people that graphic design is not your business. Graphic design is just your skill. All right. So there's the business part of graphic design. There's the business part of writing. You might know how to write, and then you are not earning from writing. So a lot of people a lot of people even have that skill, but they don't know how to actually sell that skill. And that is where the gig economy comes to play. Come on, are we together, please? Please let me know in the chat if you are together. Please let me know in the chat if you are together, please. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. So, like I said, you have to consider yourself, all right. You have to consider whatever skill set you want to learn and all of that stuff. So there are several free materials online that you can easily start with. YouTube is there. We have LMS platforms like Udemy and all of that stuff. So you can easily pick a skill and actually learn them. So as I was saying, that there's a business that for you to have a skill, it's one, all right, and it's a different thing for you to know how to sell your skill. So in fact, one of the most important skills that you should have as and as a business owner is the skill of selling. All right, how do you present yourself? How do people actually see you as an expert? How do you present yourself as someone who has that skill that a client is actually looking for? So the interesting thing about freelancing is that your client is not your boss. All right, your client is not your boss. All right, so it's not like the usual traditional work where you have to go to a particular location and all that. No. So oftentimes clients hire, we call freelancers independent workers. All right, so they're not dependent on anybody. All right, so I can decide to say, oh, I want to start working for clients in the US. Then I would put out my sales strategy, put my pitch together, create an Excel spreadsheet, send my emails and all of that stuff. So that could be my own strategy. Do you get? I could decide that, oh, I want to join a freelance marketplace. All right, a freelance marketplace makes everything easier. Actually, and I want to register on Fiverr. Then register on Fiverr, create a gig, and then you start receiving orders and all that. I can decide, oh no, it's LinkedIn I want to stick to. Do you get what I'm saying? So we have diverse platforms. All right, diverse platform actually. I can remember that there was a community session that I showed you guys on how to get jobs on LinkedIn. I think I have the thread as well on Twitter. All right. So how to get freelance roles, full-time roles like that on LinkedIn and all of that stuff. So there are several platforms and there are several strategies. It depends on the one that you are actually interested in using. All right. So the last community session, I remember that I showed you guys on how to get full-time remote jobs through code pitching. All right, so this is where it works actually. So you have a skill, now you want to sell that skill. You are looking for a client to actually hire you for all of those skills. All right, so it might look like okay. Someone is saying that it seems your focus is mostly on writers and virtual assistant. What should a graphic designer who can create? My focus is not on writers. I teach everybody, I mentor everybody. As long as you have a skill, you are already a participant in the gig economy. So it's not about whether writer, whatever approach applies to writer also goes for also applies to the person that is a graphic designer. So it's not like there's a different strategy for writers, then there's a different strategy for designers. No, it's all the same method. So just pay attention and just listen, actually. All right. So there are times that, like I said, I remember during the last time I mentioned three major points as regards setting out yourself, as a freelancer. First of all, identify a problem. All right, identify a problem. I think that was what I said. Then number two, I said um position yourself to actually solve the problem. All right. So first of all, identify. Okay, I think the first one is identify your niche or something. Identify your industry or your niche. Then identify the problem in that industry and niche. Then you position yourself to actually solve that problem. So those three things are actually important. All right. If you are going to start targeting clients, so first of all, identify your niche. For example, you're a graphic designer. All right. And if you're a graphic designer and then you are looking at reaching out to companies, reaching out to brands, reaching out to industries all over the world, regardless of wherever you are. You might be in Nigeria and then you are working for clients in US, in the UK, and all of that stuff. So you have to. It's very very important that you niche down. Now, listen, I'm not saying that you niche down on platforms. I'm not talking about platforms. I'm not talking about Fiverr. I'm not talking about Upwork. So I'm talking about you targeting client directly. You targeting companies directly, you targeting industries directly. Do you get what I'm saying? So, particularly for those of you that are looking out for getting fully remote offers, come on, are we together? Am I making sense? Please let me know in the chat box if I'm making sense. Please. All right, awesome. So I'm going to take questions after the class. So once I'm done teaching, I'll take questions. So, for example, you could be a graphic designer and then you are looking out for, oh, where are my clients? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. So it's not just about you designing. It's not just about you designing, knowing how to design. All right, you should know how to position yourself. or sell yourself to clients that would actually need your design skills? That is very important. That is the first question a freelancer should ask. How exactly do I get clients? And that is actually the problem a lot of people are facing. Do you get? So that should be the first thing. You're a writer. How do I get clients? You're a software developer. How exactly do I get clients? For example, you might feel that, oh, I don't want to work in 9 to 5. I don't want to work for a particular tech company where I have to go, where I have to do 9 to 5 and all that stuff. So you can decide to be a freelancer, and one of the main questions that you should actually ask yourself is, oh, where are my clients? How do I target them and all of that stuff? So it's very important that you niche down. All right, for those of you that are looking at that, targeting companies directly, targeting industries directly, and all of that. So for example, you might decide to say, oh, I'm a graphic designer. I want to create flyers or logos for what industry should I pick? For the healthcare industry. All right, for the healthcare industry. So I'm a graphic designer, and then I feel that, oh, I want to create designs for the healthcare industry. Now, why did I pick the healthcare industry? It's just because of the peculiarity of the times that we have now. All right, so there is COVID. A lot of these healthcare platforms need to put out social media flyers for awareness, for people to wash their hands, for them to take care of themselves, take care of their surroundings, and all of that stuff. So healthcare system is actually booming at this time because of the peculiarity of the times that we have. So there's a pandemic all over the world. So at the same time, there's a need to also clear misinformation. There's a need to also, put out valid information out there for people to actually follow. Do you get? So these are all of these things that you have to think about when you are deciding to actually pick an industry. All right. So that was what I did last year. I leveraged on the pandemic. So I started pitching to healthcare companies, all right, fitness companies. And then I got several remote jobs that last year actually. So you have to maximize the period that we have. So you can decide to say, oh, I'm a graphic designer, I want to create logo design, or I want to create flyers for healthcare brands, healthcare industries, fitness industries, and all of that stuff. You can decide to say, oh, I'm a software developer. I think this time around I want to target industries in the fitness niche, or I want to target industries in the cryptocurrency niche. Now, the cryptocurrency market or industry is also a very booming industry. All right. So, and then the industry is still growing. So, the industry will still need more and more skilled freelancers. All right. So, I can just say, oh, I want to target the cryptocurrency market. So once you decide that, once you make that decision, that is, the particular industry that you're actually targeting, then the next thing is now to know how exactly do you search for all of these industries. All right, I think I showed you that last week, but I'm still going to show you again. All right, come on, are we together? Please let me know in the chat box if we are together. Okay, so um now the next, once you identify your industry, all right, so the next thing is now to know how to get in contact with all of these industries or brands or websites. Now social media has made everything, or the internet generally has made everything more easier. So for example, you are looking now for a company in the healthcare industry. Where can you find that company? You can't travel all the way down to the UK to actually submit an application letter that, okay, I'm a graphic designer, I want to work with you guys. No. So social media has made everything much more better, much more easier actually. So you can easily go on Google, type whatever company you are looking out for, or just do some random playing around keywords and all of that. So um once you get that company, you can, even if you don't get them on Google, you can get them on LinkedIn, you can get them on Twitter, you can get them on Facebook, you can even get them on Instagram. As long as that company has an online presence, you can easily target them through their social media platforms. Oftentimes, if you want to target individuals, you can just use their website. Just scroll down. Once you scroll down, you would see some of them will see, sometimes you will see about us page. So that about us page sometimes might contain, you might see the team members, And then you can easily know, oh, this person I'm going to target, this person I'm going to send my cold emails to, and all of that stuff. So it's very important that when you are pitching, what do I mean by pitching? When you are selling your service, all right. Once you are selling your service, it's very important that you know who exactly you are sending your pitch to. So oftentimes I tell people that don't send your pitch to um, CEOs, don't send them to founders. Most of the times they're not really in charge of the hiring process. So always know the people that you're actually sending your pitch to. Always send your pitch to decision makers. All right. Those are the people that have power over your pitch. Am I making sense, guys? So always identify the decision makers in a company. Now, why the decision maker? It depends on your niche. All right. For example, if you're a writer, I will advise that you target the head of content or the head of marketing. Okay, if you're a digital marketer, you can target the head of marketing actually. Do you get what I'm saying? So these are the people that you should target. For example, you are maybe a finance writer. I would advise that you just target the HR directly. But there's some not all companies have HRs. So social media, okay, yeah, thank you, Tosin, for all of these point they are dropping. So always target decision makers. I wrote here that always target CMOs, all right, head of content, head of strategy. These are the people that are actually decision makers in a company. Head of content, head of digital strategy, you know. These are people that you know that once you send them your pitch, they can have time to actually go through your pitch and see if you're actually a good fit for the job. All right. So once you identify them, then you know that you know the set of persons that you're actually sending your pitch to. All right. So now there are platforms as well. There are not platforms. There are softwares that can actually help you. That can actually make all of these things easier. All right. So let me see if I can share my screen. Um, so I think I mentioned this particular site the last time, which is called recruiting.net. Recruiting.net. All right. So recruiting.net, you can easily find prospect on the platform. I'm going to show you guys now. Uh, so let me see if I can share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Can you guys see my screen? Please let me know in the chat if you guys can see my screen. Okay, awesome, awesome. Awesome. So if you go to recruiting.net, all right, so this platform actually allows you to select a particular country. For example, you are targeting brands, companies in the US or in the UK. You can easily come here, search for the company, search for the country rather. For example, you can target United States. United States, if you want to find high paying clients, just target United States guys actually. All right, when it comes to high paying clients, trust me, you will definitely get one of them there. Okay, so then always have a job title. All right. So oftentimes don't just use any random job title. Let your job title be a keyword or a key phrase. All right. So for example, remember that you are targeting now the job title, the keyword is not the keyword that describes your work, but the keyword that actually describes the industry that you are targeting. All right. Are you guys following? So the keyword is not writer or writing. No. All right. So the keyword should be what would be the keyword should be the keyword of that particular industry that you're actually targeting, because the keyword will be the search result will be individuals, decision makers that work in that particular industry that you're actually targeting. Do you get? So from there you can easily get their emails. So for example, I'm targeting I'm a software developer, and then I'm targeting cryptocurrency industry. All right. So I can just type crypto crypto maybe crypto investors. Let's see crypto investors. All right. So let's see crypto investors. Then so in case you want to target individuals, you can also target individuals. In case you want to target brands, but now I'm targeting individuals. What are the individuals I'm targeting? Crypto investors. Then you might just leave all of this one. You can fill in the relevant details. Then go to find the right people. Then it's going to leave you. It's going to give you a particular link. Copy that link. All right. Then you go and paste the link on Google. All right. So I'm going to open the link on Google now. Can you guys see the link on Google? Okay, okay. I think I'm here to share my Google screen. Okay, okay, okay. I misspelled the crypto. Okay, I'm going to go back. Let me go. Let me just go back. Because it's going to affect. Okay, it's going to affect the keyword actually. Yeah, thank you, Tosin. I will correct that now. So I just corrected that. Can you guys see my screen? So I've copied the link. So I want to share my Google tab. Yeah, can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen? Google, can you see my screen now, please? Let me know if you guys can. Okay. Okay, so let me just go back to Google. So you just paste that URL that you got from recruiting.net, paste it. Now, once you are done doing that, now come to the part, just move your cursor, and come to the part that after the SEO, you see something like just scroll. So yeah, yeah. So just add apostrophe at gmail.com. Apostrophe at gmail.com. Apostrophe at gmail. Then you close it. Then you search for it. All right. Once you are done doing that, so it's going to pop out. It's going to bring out. I'm sure you guys can see my screen, right? All right. Once you are done doing that, okay, my screen is off. Really? Can you guys see my screen? It's on now. Is it on now? Okay. So once you are done with that, then you would see where you can actually collate all of these images. I think I showed you guys during the last session. So just come down to Light 14 US. All right. So you see where you can actually collate all of those emails. Yeah, light 14. Okay, you guys can't see my screen. I don't know why my screen is not sharing. Let me try it again. I don't know why my screen is not sharing. Just give me a minute. Oh, okay. You still can't see my screen. Okay, let me hold on, hold on. I should be able to. Okay, can you see my screen now? Please let me know in the chat if you guys can see my screen. Please let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you guys can see my screen now. Okay, thank you, Tosin. Thank you. All right. So once you do that, once that recruiting.com brings out, once it brings out that URL, just after the crypto investors, can you see? Just leave a space apostrophe at gmail.com. All right. That was what I did here. So this is the same URL that I copied from recruiting.com. So just put apostrophe at gmail.com, then you close it. So once you do that, enter it on Google, then it's going to bring out crypto investors, that actually fall into that particular category. So you can now begin to target them on their different social media platforms. Now you can decide to use any social media platform, but I usually advise that you use either LinkedIn, or you send your coach or your pitch directly to their mail as a cold email. All right. So, for example, now these guys, this Glenn Blackman, whatever. All right. So he's also an investor. Is so in case you are looking at working with crypto investors, and oftentimes most of these investors require digital talent. Oftentimes they require crypto writers, software developers, UI UX designers, and all of that stuff. So you just have to think about the industry they're actually targeting, and also they now streamline down to individuals in case you want to work with individuals. So for example, this guy's mail is unique2amazing at gmail.com. You know, so you always get this. For example, this guy's email is MJ. I'm sure you guys can see it. MJ T3 at gmail.com. This guy's name, let's check the guy. Chief Financial Officer. All right. This, let's check. Let's check his profile on LinkedIn. Oh, I have to sign in my LinkedIn. I want us to check his profile on LinkedIn. I have to sign in my LinkedIn account. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me sign in. My phone. Okay. I think they already sent the code. So you can easily go and check guy's profile, see if the person is like a very good prospect that you can actually have a conversation with, or sell, or just pitch your services to actually. Do you get? So um That's why it's very important that as a freelancer that you actually have an active LinkedIn profile. It's very important, because oftentimes LinkedIn helps in retargeting. All right, so you can get leads from websites, then you retarget them to your LinkedIn. Then from your LinkedIn, you can now send a cold email and all of that stuff. Particularly for those of you, in fact, this is one of the best way to earn very huge amount of money in freelancing. All right, so come on, guys, are we still following? Please, are we still together? Please let me know in the chat box if you are together, please. So this is Michael Brandt. This looks like a rich guy. You see, so this is what many agencies do actually. Many of those agencies that command or that have spent close to or that have earned close to $1 million actually. This is what they do. Oftentimes they target high paying clients, and that is what I actually do as well. So, for example, now this person is a CFO, is also a COO, and also a board member of a particular company. So you read about the person, what they do, how you can actually provide your services. Remember, I said that first of all, identify your niche or your industry. All right, identify decision makers in your industry, then also identify a problem in that industry, then you position yourself to solve that problem. So once you can do all of that stuff, can you see that the email address is actually the same with what we found using recruiting on Google? All right. So look at what they do, read about them. All right. If possible, go to their website. So you have to do your due diligence actually before you start sending your emails, because it won't make sense for you to send an email for a business that you don't even understand. So oftentimes, always your email should be the one that would actually provide solution to a problem. Do you get? Do you get what I'm saying? So, for example, if they don't have a website, if you're a software developer, you can pitch to them that they should actually create a website and tell them the benefit of creating a website, not just telling them to create a website. Why exactly are they creating a website? What exactly is going to be the return on investment? All right, as a result of creating a website. I don't know. I don't know if you guys are following. Come on, I don't know if you guys are following. So you must learn how to profile solutions. In fact, that is the work of a freelancer. As a freelancer, you're actually a value creator. All right, you are a solution provider. So that is what makes clients impressed. Once they see that you can actually profile solution, to some of their problems and how they can actually get more sales, I believe that they would definitely be interested in having a conversation with you. They might not really hire you for that particular problem that you told them, but it could be for another thing. Oh, they'll say, oh, this guy is a smart guy. Oh, this guy is a smart person. I feel that we can actually work together. So, first of all, as a freelancer, you should actually have a LinkedIn profile. It is very important for you to actually have. So, you can easily check this guy out. Let's go back. So let's say another person. In fact, for many of you guys that actually look out for scholarships, you can also use this method actually. Let's see this guy, Connect Pay. He's also a company. He's the chief financial officer at Connect Pay. So, for example, you are very good at data analysis. These are the kind of people that you should actually target as decision makers. You are very good in finance writing. All right. You're very good in data analysis. You are very good at Excel. All right. Jigga, you're very good at analyzing data. These are the people that you should actually target. So read about the company, that's the about us, then you can easily reach out to the person via email. Although there are some people that won't put their emails here anyway. But if you have the benefit of of seeing emails like that, you can easily get them, and all of that stuff. So read about the company, check what they don't have, check what they have, see how you can actually contribute to them. I can remember there was a student of mine that discovered a major problem in one of my flyers, one of my mentorship flyers actually. And then he saw the problem, he came to my DM, he told me about the problem, and then I was actually interested in giving him that gig. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that is code pitching. All right, so that is code pitching. He saw the flyer. I've been using the flyer for a month actually, and then he saw the flyer. He was like, "Oh, this flyer, it does not have this. It needs to be changed. It needs to do this and all." And then he highlighted all of those things, and then I became interested in actually working together with him. Okay, so that is how you should think as a freelancer. See yourself as a problem solver. All right, see yourself as a problem solver actually. All right, so that is one part. That is one part. So in case you want to collate all of these emails, that's why it's very important that you use LinkedIn to target high premium client actually. So there's something again I want to say. So I'm sure that you understand how to use recruiting. So what recruiting.net does is that it helps you find clients, it helps you find prospects. All right. So once you find the prospect, then you know the next thing to do. The next thing to do is to actually connect with them. All right. Then you can now send them a cold email. But at the same time, when you're connecting with them first, you can even connect with them on LinkedIn actually. Do you get? So once you are done connecting with them, you can start studying what they do, the kind of company that they have or that they work with, and then you can now begin to search for the problems, all right, or how you can actually come in as a solver, as someone who can actually solve a problem. Then you can know how to now send a pitch. I'm not sure I'll be able to touch how to write a code pitch and all that, but I think I have that on my Twitter, so I will share it with you guys. So that's one. So, like I said, first of all, niche down. All right. For example, if you're targeting brands, individuals, companies, and all of that, you can decide an industry that you want to work with. For example, I'm a copywriter. Now, sometimes that, like I said last year, I targeted more of the healthcare industry. All right. I targeted and I made more money from that industry actually. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you can decide to say, oh, a data scientist. I want to target fintech. All right, fintech is also a very booming industry that I feel that a lot of freelancers can actually take opportunity of. So fintech company, you can decide to say, oh, I want to target fintech companies. And I'm not talking about companies in Nigeria. All right, I'm talking about companies in the US, in the UK, whatever country that you feel that you actually want to work with. So you can decide once you identify that industry, then, like I said, identify a problem in that industry, or you identify the key decision makers. You can use this software to actually get you to know all of these decision makers, and now you can actually connect with them. So your LinkedIn should not just be your connections on LinkedIn should not just be your friends. Your friends won't hire you. So your LinkedIn connections should form a framework of your prospects. All right, your prospects. So know exactly who you are connecting with, know exactly who you are connecting with, who you are not connecting with. So oftentimes, if you're a freelancer or a remote worker, and you are looking out for getting jobs on LinkedIn, connect with the right set of people. All right, connect with your prospect. Let them be the one that that they will form, a major fulcrum of your timeline. Am I making sense, guys? Come on, am I making sense, guys? All right. So once you have done that, then you can now easily know how to connect with them, and sometimes they even get to put out some job postings that if you're not connected with them, you will not see it. So that is why it's very important that you connect with your prospects. All right. And that is where your people skill comes to play and all of that stuff. So that is one thing I actually want you guys to know in this session. So know how to identify a particular industry that you're working with, then you know how to pitch your services to them. So how do you pitch your services? Like I said, I have some thread on Twitter. Let me see if I can get them. I have to put on my VPN to check Twitter. Cold pitching. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know in the chat if you guys can see my screen. Okay, so in case you want to search for me on Twitter, you can easily follow me on Twitter. Most of my materials are actually on Twitter. So okay, you guys can see my screen. Awesome, awesome. So you can follow me on Twitter. Most of my materials are on Twitter. All right. So in case you want to search for my old threads, I have several threads, several materials. And just come to the Twitter search booth, type Olamide Towobola. Then just type a keyword, code. Let's see code. So code will bring out some of my threads on code pitching and all that. Yeah. So this is what I want to explain. So these are some examples of email templates that you can actually use to pitch your service or your services to clients. So if you're a writer, you're a designer, you're a developer, you're a marketer, all of these things follow the same format. All right. So can you guys still see my screen? Can you guys still see my screen? Okay, you guys can still see my screen. Awesome. Awesome. So these are some of the email templates. So in case you want to sign your emails, you can use Hotspot Email Signature Generator. It's a free platform. All right. And it's very important that if you are sending a cold pitch, always use Grammarly to ensure that you proofread your cold pitch. So for example, this is one. All right, this is one code pitch. So I wrote here that for web designer. So hi, the name of your client. Always at least find out the name of your client. As a matter of fact, before you even send a code pitch, you'll have identified the name of your client. So always address clients by their names. All right, not just hey, hello, hi, and all that. So when you are sending a code pitch, always ensure that you identify, you address clients by their names, not Mr., not Mrs. All right. So if your client's name is, or if your prospective client's name is David, just say hi, David. If your prospective client's name is Mary, hi, Mary. And all of that. So always ensure because people find their names uh, appealing. All right. So and then it eventually gets to appeals to people's emotions. So always refer to your client because they'll be curious that, oh, how did this person get to know about my name and all of that stuff. So then also always tell them in case you're applying for a job or you are just pitching, always tell them where you actually came across them or how you got their emails. All right. So some people might feel that how exactly this person get my email and all that. So always tell them, oh, I connected with you on LinkedIn. I got your email on LinkedIn and all of that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So always let them know, oh, I got your email from your website and that. So you can say something like, oh, I came across your job posting where you said you are looking for a web designer to reconstruct your business website. So then you now begin to talk about your achievement, particularly now, if you're mentioning your achievement should be in relation to the job posting that you're actually applying for. So if you're applying for a web design job, all right, so your achievement should not be outside web design or web development. It should be around web development. Are you follow what I'm saying? So then it's very important that you have your portfolio. Your portfolio simply means your proof of work. All right. So always have your portfolio. Ensure that you attach your portfolio so that our client can easily see the things that you have actually done in time past. All right. So and obviously you can use that HubSpot email signature to sign your emails. And always ensure that you put a call to action. All right. If you're interested, I would love to discuss more with you. So if you're interested, you definitely get a reply from them. All right. So I have some here also for copywriters. You can just go through this thread on Twitter. I have here for graphic designers. All right. I have here for marketers. All right. So this one is also for developers. So you can just go through all of these threads, and I believe that they would actually be helpful to your freelancing journey. Okay. So for example, just like I said earlier, if you are targeting them for the first time, you might not be necessarily be salesy or want to pitch your service. You might just say, "Oh, I see that you are into this particular company. I see that your company does this." Then just give them some compliments. Probably they just receive some achievement and all of that. You can mention those achievements. Just make them know that you have actually researched about the company. All right. Okay, Tosin, thank you very much for that, for the link to the thread. So just make them know that you have actually researched about the company, you know about the company, and then you're actually willing to add value to the company. So let them see you as one that is actually a value provider. All right. Let your client see you as one that provides value. Just like I said, a freelancer is actually a value provider. Are you follow what I'm saying? Come on, guys. Are we together? Am I making sense? Are you guys learning something? Let me know, please. Oh, awesome, awesome. So let your client position yourself as one who actually provides value. All right. So always position yourself like that, and also start building your portfolio. Whether you're just starting out, whether you have been freelancing for a while, be conscious. Make it a conscious effort to actually build your portfolio. So the portfolio simply means proof of work. All right. It means that, oh, I have some things I can actually show for it. So you don't necessarily have gotten a client before you can actually build your portfolio. Okay, so you can decide to work on self-initiated project. I mentioned that a lot. All right, like I do tell people, while you are waiting to get your first client, hire yourself and be your own first client. All right, hire yourself and be your own first client. You are still waiting to get your first job. Why not decide to work on some content for yourself, for your personal brand? And then there are several free platforms where you can actually publish all of these jobs, all of these content rather. Do you get? So there, for example, you're a writer, you can use Medium, you can use Substack, you can use LinkedIn. All right, for those of you that follow me very well on LinkedIn, you notice that I put out a lot of content on LinkedIn. So you can use all of these platforms to actually push yourself. For example, you're a designer, all right? There's Dribble, all right, where you can easily put out your work, all right? You can decide to even work. You can decide to say, Lambs, oh, I see that you have a company called Gigsnet. Oh, do you guys need a flyer? Oh, can I actually work with you? You know, and all of that stuff. So you can decide to pitch your services for free, just so that you can actually gain some portfolios. So that when your first client comes, your first client can actually ask you that, oh, let me see some work that you have done before. You definitely have something to present. That is the idea. So maximize all of these platforms. For example, you want to become a writer. I tell people that the best way to learn writing is by writing. See, there's no amount of writing courses that you can take that would actually make you a writer until you get your hands dirty. So if you want to learn writing, then start writing. All right. You don't necessarily have to start by writing for clients. All right. Yeah, you can actually learn on the job, but at the same time, if you are yet to if you are yet to start writing professionally, start writing for yourself. Look around for the things that actually interest you. Look around for the things that you know that you feel that you can actually lay your hands on and all of that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So start writing, start publishing. All right, start publishing. The community group is also there for you to actually share your what's it called, to share your content. So all of those things actually give you or comes together to actually make your portfolio. It's that simple. All of those things come together to actually make your portfolio. So and it's actually very good. All right, till you get better. How did we say you can sign emails? You can use, there are several free platforms that you can use. You can use HubSpot email signature. It's online. Just go there. You follow the process. You can use all of that. So it is very important that I actually mention that. So to wrap up, the interesting thing about the gig economy is that the gig economy is promising. All right, it's promising. You can make money. All right, and you also earn in dollars. So it kind of give you an advantage over naira devaluation. All right, and like I said, there are several platforms to tap from. There are several platforms. There are several platforms. There are several strategies. There are some people that are just stick to Upwork. I teach. In fact, I have a mentorship program called the mentorship program for freelancers. It's an Upwork course and all of that stuff. So there are some people that will focus on just LinkedIn. There are some people that would focus on just getting full-time remote jobs. There was one of my students that got a remote job yesterday of $1,500 per month. So the opportunities are actually limitless. All right. So it's very important for you to position yourself and see and let those opportunities be your motivator, or your motivation rather. Let it be your motivation actually. So I'll just take questions. I will just take questions. So you can drop your questions in the chat. Then I will go through all of those questions. Like I said, I plan to spend just less than 1 hour. I'm already spending more than that. So you can drop your questions now. I will go through all of those questions. Who should graphic designers pitch to? Who are the people that pay you for graphic design work? So the answer to your question is in your question. What industry can writers pitch to? Several industry, healthcare, crypto, fintech, almost all industry require writers. Almost there, I'm not sure if there's any industry that doesn't require content writers. Any industry actually. All right, any industry, phone gadgets, accessories, banking, any industry actually. So that is what is the future of data on gig economy. Obviously, data science, data scientists will always be in high demand. All right, so it's very promising actually. So it has a very good potential. So okay, thank you, Koladi. Yeah, obviously every company will need design, every company will need software developers, every company will need writers. Imagine just imagine now a company is starting out, they will need a developer to actually design their website. All right, they might even need a UI UX designer to create an app for them. They will need a copywriter to write to write their content, their web content. They will need a digital marketer to probably help them with collecting their email list. So the opportunities are actually limitless. As an email marketer, how can I build my portfolio? Yeah, it's simple. Just identify companies, all right, that you can actually work with. All right, some of them might be free. Remember that you're actually building your portfolio, so some of them might actually be free, and then you can maximize that to actually build your portfolio. Do you teach writing? I have several free materials on Twitter. Just go on Twitter, go there and type writing. There are a lot of stuff that you definitely see on my Twitter account. Just come down to Twitter, type at Olamide Obola writing. I'm sure you guys can still see my screen, right? All right, so this one. If you want to learn writing, content marketing, and copywriting, so these are free writing courses, free writing materials. Go on my Twitter account and check all of those things out. All right. Then I have some threads on writing. I think there was one I have on how to become a freelance writer. Just go on Twitter and check all of those things. You would see them there. There was a particular thread that I have on how to be a freelance writer. So how to become a writer. So this one, these are some books. Become a better reader. Write every day. Start a blog. All right. Here's how to become a better writer. Become a better reader. Write every day. Start a blog. Start a blog. Read the book every day. Write by handly. All right. Enroll in an online writing course. Find a place to get honest critics. So that's why we have the community. So this is actually a very good blog. Thread the exact step you need to learn how to become a writer. So this is one interesting thread that I feel that you can actually maximize. So just go on my Twitter and do your search spree. As a VA or customer service representative, how do I self-build my portfolio when I have not gotten a gig? So I have a thread on that on how to become a virtual assistant, and also there's the several um, skills that you would actually need to get a virtual that you actually need to become a virtual assistant. So identify all of those skills, all right? Then you can now begin to create a self project around that skill. Virtual assistant. So you can go online and read this thread is for those who do not have any major skill and want to earn in dollars via freelancing, become a virtual assistant. All right, identify this. So these are some of the things that virtual assistants do. So virtual assistant is a very interesting niche because you necessarily do not have to have a special skill before you can become a virtual assistant. So if you know about social media management, then start creating content, start creating an online brand or an online presence. If you know about event management, start helping out. All right, with hosting events. For example, this event was announced probably earlier this week. You could have reached out to me that, oh, coach, I think I can actually help you schedule this event or this session, and then you share the link to the community members. That way, you're actually consciously building a portfolio. All right, managing calendars and appointments, preparing reports, personal tasks. So these are the things that virtual assistants actually do. So look at all of these things. Look at the ones that you can actually lay your hands on. All right, that you can actually build something on, and then you can actually use them as a portfolio. All right. So that answers that. Any materials on data from your trade? Obviously, like I said, my Twitter account is a gold man. So you want to search for materials on data, just type data. You definitely see something that would definitely be of help. So this one, if you want to learn data science, visualization, Power BI, Python in 2021. So these are free courses on data science, these on data analytics and Python, these on data analysis and visualization, online data mining. So you can actually access all of this course. So just go on my Twitter. I'm sure that you definitely see all of these things there. How does the guy that got the full-time job did it? I already explained it. That was what I explained in today's session. So that would be all. I need to go now. I have other things to do. So that will be all. I think I've answered almost all of these questions that I actually have here. Okay, who do I send code pitches to in a company as a graphic designer? You can send it to head of design or the design team or maybe hiring managers. All right, if you're a graphic designer, you can send it to hiring managers. You can send it to design team and all of that. So how do we handle negative perception from countries like America? The truth of the matter is you can't. That one is beyond your control. Just be yourself. Do well for yourself. Have a very unique skill, all right, that will make you stand out from others. I work with international clients. I work with US clients. I work with UK clients and all of that thing. You get so stay with what you can control. All right. Don't go into the freelancing market with perceptions. All right. If you're outstanding, trust me, you get hired. My student that got a $1,500 gig yesterday, she's in Nigeria. In fact, she's even married. She's in Nigeria, yeah. You get so don't stay with that perception. All right. Be more intentional about honing your skill and about placing value on yourself. All right. So enough of perception about Nigeria, perception about this and all that. Is it advisable to share your content on multiple websites? Sure, you can share your content on multiple platforms. Sure. I have threads on Twitter, I have threads on LinkedIn, I have threads on Medium. So you are free to share all your threads on multiple platforms. So that would basically be all. Let me stop sharing. Um, so that will basically be all of the questions I will actually take for tonight's class. So you can always check me up on LinkedIn at Olamide Towobola. All right. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Olamide Towobola as well. All right. And also the WhatsApp community will also be opened. All right. So that you can actually network with other freelancers on the platform. And if you have questions, I can always assist with all of those questions. So, and if you have any other further questions, you can. I think we should be able to upload the video to YouTube. that we can make it visible so that you can go over the video and also watch the video over and over again. So that will basically be all. So sorry. That will basically be all. Actually, I'm done with all questions. So I think Tosin is still here. Okay. So Tosin is my virtual assistant. In case you need to reach out to me, all right, and then I'm not available, you can always reach out to Tosin. Tosin will always get to relate your questions or your inquiries and all of that. He's that's his work, so he's going to be there to actually answer your questions and all of that stuff. So in case you need materials, Tosin will help you handle that. Okay, so there's no need coming to my DM to ask me for those materials. So that will be all. I'm sure you guys learn one or two stuff from this session. Okay, so the community session actually holds every month, all right, based on my schedule, based on my time. So hopefully we should be able to have another one by next month. Then last month's community session is also on YouTube. You can also maximize that. It's on YouTube, so you can always get to watch the session over and over again. Then I should be able to upload this one as well on YouTube so that you can actually watch the session. So you can reach out to Tosin on WhatsApp. In case you want to connect with me, you can reach out to Tosin. If you can reach out to Tosin, Tosin will definitely reach out to me. So thank you very much. I'm sure you guys learned one or two stuff. All right. I'll see you some other time. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah.